Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing some lasher farming in Maul East. So typically these runs take about, hang on, stop. These runs take about, I want to say, 10 minutes each, roughly. If you're really efficient, it can take about 7 to 8 minutes. But I recently released a video kind of half explaining my gear, and I didn't really have any edits in it. I didn't like it at all, so I actually took it down. So I'm going to make that into a spreadsheet. I'm going to have all my gear, everything that I use, kind of all like next to each other, like stacked. And I'm also going to have them categorized into the certain dungeons that I run. I'm just going to start with all my loot, like all my gear, everything that I have, categorized into the slots. And as for that second part, which is what I use in each individual thing that I farm, I'm not going to do that for probably like a little bit. So to compensate, I'm going to highlight everything. So the main stats that I go for is kind of like a balance of everything: stamina, intellect, mana per 5, spell power. You want a nice balance. I have 3.9k HP, 4.2k mana. You can go maiden circle if you have it. I'm trying not to do a bunch of crazy loot. I want to make this more realistic, but at the same time, it's kind of like a meme. I do this to have fun. So I think in that video that I took down, I was using this thing just to kind of prove, that you don't need Demon Forged, but it's actually kind of essential. So I would recommend finding a way to get this. It's through blacksmithing. You can look up all the materials. You can just get someone to make it. 285 blacksmithing drops off of a mob in Upper Blackrock Spire. I don't know how difficult it actually is to get. I just saw it on the auction and I got it. I think I bought it for 120 gold or something. But yeah, you kind of just want to stack a bunch of stats. This scales with spell power, which I have 87 of. The heal off a Skull Frame Shield scales with spell power. Dragon Breath Chili scales with spell power. Flurry Axe has 30 spell power on it. It's really OP. So you'll see. Reckoning can proc both Flurry Axe and Hand of Justice, all of which can proc Dragon Breath Chili. I've had Hand of Justice go off like crazy. It's like more than like a 2% proc rate. I know that Dragon Breath Chili is at 3.3% proc rate. There's no procs per minute, which is PPM. It's just flat 3.3. Hand of Justice 2. Things proc a lot more when you have Reckoning and you're AoE farming mobs your level. That is why I have Reckoning. If you're going and you're pulling all of Scarlet Monastery, you aren't going to get crit. Guaranteed. Like, you might get crit every once in a while, but the chances are extremely low. Right here. Decreases the chance to be hit and critically hit by 12.2%. I'm pretty sure that goes with each mob, no? I think that there is an edit for this add-on, or an option. Oops. Whatever, it's not, but pretty much, yeah. If you're farming all of Scarlet Monastery, you're really not going to get crit. Therefore, Reckoning is going to be a useless stat. You can get rid of that and you can get something else. If you're farming lower dungeons, if your goal isn't to farm lashers or farm anything your level, there is literally no point to having Reckoning unless you're PvPing. I don't PvP at all. I farm mobs my level, so it's extremely useful. I have Hand of Justice, extremely useful. Flurry Axe. You get the point. So, lashers. level 54 roughly. I don't think they actually really vary that much. They might just all be level 54 right there. It says value of items. This is a really nice add-on. I'll show you my add-ons in another video. I don't really feel like doing that right now. Maul East. I've teleported here in hopes to get a video for a long time now, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So let's start this timer. Here I am at the beginning of the instance. I'm up top at the door. Let's compensate for that. Arcane Elixir. 20 silver. Knife and soup. You don't need it. You can use it, but you don't need it. They can be expensive. I'm not sure if it's like a universal server thing where they're kind of pricey, but Thunder Fury, they're not cheap. Dragon Breath Chili. You farm those small flame sacks in Swamp of Sorrows. Right down here. Not a bad drop rate. I think I have about 80 of them. I've only spent maybe 3 hours total farming all of them. Maybe 2. They have a really high spawn rate. Go at the right time, you'll get all of them. Uncontested. Blessing of Sanctuary. Extremely helpful against Lashers. I've gone a couple times without really, thinking, and I've almost died because I didn't have this on. Skull Flame Shield. You can use any shield so long as you have Thorium Shield Spikes. Thorium Shield Spikes with Greater Blessing of Sanctuary. It's huge. Huge. So I'm already a minute in, so I've kind of already wasted some time just by talking. So you can shave maybe 30 seconds off. Come in here, and I dive straight for the mobs. You can be done with this relatively quickly. So I want to try to refrain from editing as much as possible. Obviously, I'm going to do it when it comes to like in that video of Hearthglen, I had maybe a 2-3 minute period of me running back to my body. I'm going to hope to not have to, sorry, I'm spacing out. I don't want to have that included. I don't want to bore you guys to death. So I do look at all stats. I look at how long you guys watch for. I look at when it dips off, when most people stop watching. That tells me that they get bored. That tells me that that's a period of time that I could have taken out. So please, I don't get offended if you tell me you don't like something. Tell me. I will adapt. Well, that's too much. Well, oh, you really gotta watch out for those pats. So here's a little trick. Run right here. There's a lot of Lashers in here. I really gotta be careful. I think it's 3 groups, isn't it? Try to stay the same distance from my mic. I have to turn this up a little bit because I know I'm pretty quiet right now. I changed some settings around. I should sound a lot better. My asses aren't going to be as obnoxious. Yeah, again, just tell me if you don't like something. I'll adapt. I'm all for it. Wow, that's a lot of Lashers. I think that's the most I've pulled with having this much HP left. It's nice. So if we look at stats, this is from earlier. Consecration, Flame Strike, that's Skull Flame Shield. Whoa. Dragon Breath Chili, 7.7. All these things combined add up to obviously 100%. Without this, they would still be alive for that last little bit. Without this, they would still be alive for that last little bit, and I'd take more damage. Melee, 50 times. Dragon Breath Chili, proc 33 times. There's no way this is all just from Lashers. Let's go ahead and reset that. There's no way it's proc 33 times. That would be insane. I'll have to look back at the replay, but again, these are kind of like just like bare bones. Here I am. I'm farming this stuff, and you guys are here with me. I'm not trying to make some crazy edited YouTube video that, you know, maybe eventually I'll get my editing down, but I gotta start somewhere, and I don't want to burn myself out on this. Like, you know, going nuts editing. But I do have Adobe Premiere. I have it on actually my desktop and my laptop. So right now I'm only 5 minutes in. Lasher roots, I'll show you why these are super important to farm, why they make so much gold. 5 minutes, which means if I were to do this correctly, and efficiently, incorrectly, that's the wrong word for it. It's hard to mess up. If you don't heal correctly, concentration on red is super important. Like, you can go red if you want to, like, really aim it. You can go retribution. Just that dragon breath. Just click on random mobs. Like, now I gotta switch back and have a whole second of kind of like panic. Because maybe they'll do a lot of damage to me, maybe they won't. I hate that, so I just always keep it on. Always, always, always. I'll tank with retribution, but I'll never actually farm with retribution unless it's like really low mobs. Like, you know, I'm farming SM for instance. But if you watch, I'm sure you guys have all seen other videos out there, heard of them, other paladins doing the same thing. Typically, they don't go to the extremes that I go. When it comes to, like, you know, like Demon Forge Breastplate and stuff, I haven't seen a single other paladin with that. I haven't seen another paladin with, you know, like Skullflame Shield and Quasar and then full purples. It's just ridiculous to me. That's so unrealistic. Skullflame is probably honestly the most obtainable thing outside of raid. Like, if you're not a raider, which a lot of people aren't, you're not gonna get that. Those, like, you know, banana shoulders, like, you know, Lawbringer. You're not gonna, like, I have Lawbringer. Yeah, I'm wearing 2 pieces, 3 pieces. I could go, you know, Crimson Felt Hat, and I could go Deathbone, you know, boots. I do this because they're huge stat pads. Crimson Felt Hat gives 30 spell power. What does Lawbringer Home give? 22 healing. It's a mana per 5. But even with the spell power, I should actually be clearing them faster. Now I resist how much damage? 52.3. That's really not that bad. So I'm going to try to pull both these groups, even with... Whew. That's not good. So how much damage per consecrate? Yeah. Per tick is 54 now instead of, I think it was 52. So yeah, sure they do more damage to me, but whoopsies. Whoopsies. Oh. Like, you just gotta compensate a little bit more. You know, be a little bit realistic. This is 2 groups. You don't have to go this insane. I'm honestly just gonna be doing what I do. You can use this as a guide, but I min-max. That's what I strive for. Again, I'm gonna have that spreadsheet of all the loot that I have, or all the gear that I have, that you can use for it, or that I have used, that still works. Really, anything works. It's crazy. Really, anything works. You just need thorium shield spikes, and to be prospect with, like, if you're farming the same level mobs, Reckoning with Flurry Axe. I would say out of all of this gear, of everything here, you can be in full plate meme gear, Flurry Axe, thorium shield spikes, Blessing a Sanctuary. You're fine. You might be able to pull 1 group of these, you'd still be fine. I know, I just actually talked to a priest that's in my guild. I think it was 2 days ago or something, but he told me he farms these. He didn't know it was this easy. It just sucks because we're melee. So we're basically like, you know, caster warriors. So I did this earlier. Whoa. I farmed this earlier, so I have to delete some stuff. Briarthorn. This add-on is called Item Rack. Let me actually show you what the interface looks like. It's really not that friendly to use, but once you get the hang of it, it's nice. This is the set that I use, I think, in here. For the most part, yeah. Yeah, besides the belt. Regardless, yeah, it's really nice. You can like swap out your gear. Let's say I'm in my movement speed, which is actually not my movement speed when I swap this out for DM East. So here we go. I can swap that to Crimson Felt. Movement speed. Oh. Movement speed. Crimson Felt. Oops. You know, it's just a nice add-on. You can take all this stuff, and then there's remove gear, which I think I'm actually overburdened right now. Ugh. Silver leaf. There we go. So I'm naked, and then I just go run and die. And now we have the same timer. I'll do some math on this, but I want to say that was maybe a total of 7 minutes. With talking, it was obviously 9 or 10 minutes. But if I were to just like farm mode, I would do 6 minutes. Got my full set again. Wait for him to leave. Consumables, buff, all over again. So I'd say each run would maybe take about, if you do it efficiently, like really no stopping, and you have like Mage Water for instance, you could do it in 8 to 10 minutes with running back from the graveyard. That's about, what, 40 to 50 minutes with resets? Like 5 times. You're good. If it takes you a little bit longer, that's fine. You can actually have it take 12 minutes, and you can honestly just indefinitely reset it over and over and over and over. It's nice. Lasher farming is, I would say, the most lucrative thing that you can do. It is relatively easy. The main things that you need, like the biggest, most important thing that you need is a shield that is around 55 and up. I think this is 54, whatever. A decent shield with thorium shield spikes. You can use any shield. I have 5 shields here. Crest of Retribution works. Draconian Deflector works. I don't use that much defense gear because I want to be crit. I don't know why I just did that. I want to be crit so that I can have my Reckoning proc, my Redoubt proc. It sounds counterproductive, counterintuitive, but it is the way that Paladins are in Classic. This is phase 2.5. We don't even have that great of gear dropping right now. You know, we're not even on Blackwing Layer. So, like, you know, once like Locamere drops, full Judgment, I don't even have a piece of Judgment on. I'm in Lawbringer Home in Lightforged leggings. I'm missing like 50 spell power alone in that. AoE farming can get incredibly easy if you just gear correctly for it. So I would recommend going on Wowhead, whatever you got to do. I'll give you what I use in the spreadsheet. I don't know how long that'll take. Hopefully like a week from now, I'd say it should be up. Just because I don't want to rush it out. That video that I had just recently, I think I posted it 2 days ago or yesterday. I was not proud of that at all. That was a really unfortunate situation. Is that I wanted to get it out because I wanted people to know what I use, but I did it in a very sloppy way. And I care about what I do, and I don't want it to seem like I don't. So if it takes me a little bit longer, I'm going to try not to make any promises with anything. If it takes me kind of, you know, like an extra couple days to leave or to put something out there, and so be it. But again, I don't want to get burned out on this. I do this for fun. These videos are for fun, to be somewhat educational, mainly just to kind of watch and have a good time. You know, to be like, holy shit, that's insane. You know, you can replicate it, you can do it, but I've spent a lot of time and a lot of gold on this stuff. I think, where's my TSM? Trade Skill Master, I've spent, wow, yeah, like around 2,100 gold just on everything that I've done, and I'm just now starting to actually make that back. I would not be able to farm this easily, as efficiently, if I didn't have this gear. So if that puts it into perspective, you don't have to spend 2,100 gold. That's including this. You know, you can remove that, 700 gold, voila. Arlson Hammer, the 55 healing, you know, voila. Like, Flurry Axe, 30 spell damage. You don't need the spell damage. You can get life stealing. You can get Crusader, whatever you want. You can have no enchant on it. You have Fiery enchant. Wow, I need Crusader on that. But I do all these things to really overkill it, to make it incredibly easy. And even if it is kind of shooting myself in the foot, then, you know, whatever, it's fun. So yeah, that's Maul East Lasher farming. If you have any questions, any recommendations, anything, please let me know. I try to become more and more efficient as time goes on with every video. So I take this video, I really hope to have it up soon, because I might have another set. You know, might be using a different shield, probably not shield. You know, might have a different belt, might have different boots by then. I might actually have Judgment Helm. I don't want to release a video that is, you know, prior to me getting that gear. If that makes sense. I want to release videos as I record them, instead of piling them up and then being like, this video is really good because I have Judgment now. So I'm doing all these. This is phase 2.5. I'm going to be categorizing them to make it easier to see. This has gone on for kind of way too long, so thanks for watching, guys. I will be doing most likely, what next? Oh, I will be in Felwood. Most likely doing Iron Tree and some Satyrs in Jadefire Glen or Jadefire Run. I'll be doing Iron Trees and then maybe these. I am not going to show a video on Fellpaw. I don't feel like doing that. Those mobs are cancer. They're not fun to farm. But yeah, so look for a video on that.